Hello there. This is the host of the GSN newly rebranded YouTube channel, Family33. So, I've kind of struggled over the last year and a half, 2 years, about what to do with this channel. And we've been kind of moving towards this for the last couple of months. We're going to rebrand this channel, the GSN. If you notice what a lot of the graphics done for the Twitch side, that's kind of what we're moving towards. Think of it as a network as opposed to just one big entity. So what are we going to cover here? Lots of different things. Obviously, I'm a sports fan, so we're going to cover franchise in every franchise that we run on the Twitch side. That's going to start with the NHL, NHL 23, the Buffalo Sabres. We're going to recap what's going on the ice with my favorite team. Things have been going good so far. We'll see if it continues, a chase for a championship. In NBA 2K. 2K era is one of my favorite modes in recent memory in any sports game. We're going to cover both the Kobe era and chronicleize our journey with the Orlando Magic. Can we get Tracy McGrady out the first round? We'll get a healthy Grant Hill. In the Jordan era, we're going to take a young Miami Heat team led by Glenn Rice, one of my favorite players growing up, a young Steve Smith, Ronnie Cycli, and see if we can make some noise in the East and maybe stop Jordan from winning one of his championships. Easier said than done. There's also some new franchises that we haven't touched just yet. Looking at this here, you've got OOTP with the Cleveland Guardians, the Steam Deck, something I spend a decent amount of money on, but have not actually used yet on stream. We're going to follow OOTP, the new one when it comes out as well. We're also going to do what we've been doing up to this point with the Cardinals and MLB The Show, as Pujols is finally slowly starting to move into retirement. We're going to follow my last journey of being able to play with him in the game, and of course the Cardinals chase for a World Series. RPG night. As you know, I do love my RPGs. We're going to follow different games that I've been playing, new games that we've started out recently, Nocturne, Final Fantasy IX, an old classic that I haven't played for a long time, and many other games to come, maybe even some that we played in the past. Star Ocean, Octopath coming up, Disgaea coming up later in the year. Also, one of my favorite things to do on stream, chasing the clock, chronicleize our speedrun journey, whether that is Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario World, something I plan on getting into a bit more this year, 96 exit and 11 exit, classic Mega Man, as we chase to improve all of our PBs, and even a new journey in the X series, starting with my favorite X4, but ultimately would like to spread my wings a little and touch a couple more before the end of the year. And there's some other games, Sonic 2, continuing with Sonic Mania. I have not run that game yet. I feel like I'm learning a lot of different things, but that is something that I do plan to play. Weekly recap. That was something that I did a couple years ago. We're going to bring it back. With this, the intent is, if you didn't watch the stream for a week, you'll be able to catch up on all the highlights and lowlights of things that happened throughout the week. I'll try to keep these videos super short, somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes, so you can say, hey, I didn't really get to see a lot of stuff during stream. Cool. I'll be able to catch all the good things and bad things that happen and basically be up to speed. Think of it as franchise, but with the other games. And there's going to be a few new things added to the channel that we're going to be starting this year. One thing that I really enjoyed when we were doing it, but I kind of went away from it because of the time commitment, it's a podcast. So we're going to rebrand it, GSN Podcast. We're going to talk sports, talk wrestling, and a couple other things that I have in mind. Video games, smaller things that don't take as much time. Ideally, this is going to be twice a week. short time, about an hour. So even though we're covering multiple topics, keep it within that same time frame. They'll be uploaded to YouTube here. That way you'll be able to watch if you weren't able to see an episode. So what we'll be talking about, hot tag, what's going on in wrestling currently, the hot topics. Think of the Bloodline, Sami Zayn, future champions, what we're building to, stuff like that. WCW Weekly Review. I'm a big WCW fan. I was a big fan of the Monday Night Wars on both sides, but I feel like WCW doesn't get its due justice. So I'm going to watch every episode and review, basically bringing new eyes to something that some people have not been able to see. GM Sammy, covering my favorite teams, the Bucks, the Sabres, Cardinals, Lakers, what's going on with my teams, putting on the GM hat. Sammy's Locks, you guys know that I do gamble, so we'll talk about some of the things I see for the upcoming couple of days. And there'll be new other projects. If you remember, we had fighting game stuff. Street Fighter 5, had to think for a second of which Street Fighter was. My chase for ranking, we're going to do that this year. On stream and some off. Tekken 8, big Tekken fan. Street Fighter 6, I've got to play a lot at different venues. Really enjoying what I've seen with the game so far, so we're going to follow that. Also, Super Mario Maker 2. Wicked will laugh at me, but I really love this game, and I try to go out of my way, or at least I'm going to go out of my way in the future here, to bring eyes to new levels and really creative things that I've seen that other content creators have done. So my favorite levels and levels that I think are really cool that I've seen other people play. AEW, talked about in EFED. I've talked about an awful lot to start the year. Not sure which game, AEW or 2K. Likely 2K since we have an official release date, but we're going to start that. We'll see how that goes. Really looking forward to the new things that I'm going to be working on here. Some things that are familiar, some things not so much. So I hope you enjoy your journey with the channel here, and looking forward to posting some new stuff soon. Take care.